YouTube and welcome to Gi Oh Etiquette episode 15, and today's lesson is going to be on problem solving text. Now this is a very big topic and I'm just going to go over general points on how to identify problem solving text on your actual cards and how they affect the game state. If you want to read up more about this sort of thing, there are links down below to the articles to identify how problem solving text affects game state and where it is applicable to aspects of the game and everything, so I hope you guys enjoy. So what is problem solving text? Well, it's just as it says. It's basically there to identify what affects what in the game state, what starts a chain, what's an effect, what's an activation cost, etc, etc. It was introduced in 2012 for all the new cards from the Gi series and everything, because in some ways where Yu-Gi-Oh cards are worded, it can be difficult to identify what is an effect and what starts a chain and everything, so this was introduced to make it easier, because in honesty nobody wants to read a card like a scientific textbook, because that would make it easier. Now for casual players this doesn't matter too much, but it's still good to know, because sometimes in fun combos there can be a lot of chains and effects going off and that you want to get right and get in the correct order and everything. For competitive players it's absolutely essential to know, because it affects game state and it can affect if you win or lose a duel depending on how you apply the effects and etc etc. So again, I'm going over very briefly, very general. Hope you guys enjoy and I hope you guys find this useful. So here we go. Okay, words that say tribute, discard, pay, destroy, that before a semicolon are costs, and costs are always paid at the card activation. You can't get the effect to go off until you've paid that cost. For example, you pay 2,000 life points, semicolon, then destroy all cards on the field. See, that's how it would. You have to pay the 2,000 life points first before you activate the card. And if someone negates the card with something, then you still have to pay the cost before that happens. I know it's a bit weird, but you have to pay a cost of a card, and if it gets negated you can't take that cost back, it's already been paid for. Okay. Card effect texts are normally after the semicolon. Just in that example I showed you, the effect was destroy all monsters on the field. Okay. Activation conditions are often before a colon. Now that means like there has to be a certain requirement either on the field or in the hand or in the graveyard before that card can actually go properly. For example, Magical Dimension, you need a face-up spellcaster type monster on your side of the field before you can activate the card. A colon or semicolon on a monster card or a continuous spell and trap card means a chain does start, so it becomes chain link 1. However, you must remember, activating a spell or trap card, or normal quick play, counter and all that, also starts chains as well. Okay. Effects with the word target means that you have to choose the target beforehand. If the target changes at any point, then the effect is no longer applicable. So for example, say you target a monster with an effect to destroy it, somebody plays compulsory evacuation device on that monster and bounces it, and when the card and chain resolve, the monster is no longer there, so the effect is no longer applicable. For conjunctive words that connects two effects in a card and everything, there's then. You do effect A, then you do effect B. If effect A is not applicable, you can't do it, then effect B does not happen. Conjunctive word also means you do effect A and then you also do effect B. Neither is required for each other to activate, you do as much as you can. Conjunctive words, and if you do, you need to have effect A in order for effect B to activate. However, again, if effect A is not applicable, then effect B does not happen. And finally, the conjunctive word and. A and B both happen at the same time. They're both required for each other to activate, so if you cannot do both, then the effect in total does not happen at all. Anyway guys, that's just a brief summary of how to identify problem-solving text. That's just as I said, it's very general, very brief. If you want more details on how it affects the game state and how to really identify it a bit more, the articles are down below for you guys to read and everything. But also remember, it does take time and practice and experience in order to really identify how things affect game states and all that. It's not an overnight thing, unfortunately. It will take time to get used to it. It will take time to, you know, get it into memory of how things work and all that. It just takes practice and time, which is what this game's all about. It's a lot of practice and skill and, you know, a lot of luck as well in getting it right. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye!